$15,408,436. That is what QuinStreet's chief executive sold in a single transaction on August 7th. 751,731 shares. One clip, no drip. 3 things this video resolves: what that sales structure actually signals, why Quantum Corporation ran 64.69%, and why energy led while crude inventories exploded. The S&P 500 closed at 7,727.41, down 0.33%. The Nasdaq Composite at 26,245.45, down 0.60%, the weakest of the majors. The Dow at 53,791.85, off 0.34%. And here is the tell most recaps skip. The VIX fell 1.16% to 15.28. Volatility went down on a down day. That is not fear. That is rotation. The sector tape confirms it. On the Nasdaq, energy was the only positive group, averaging plus 1.37%, while communication services averaged minus 1.91%. Consumer cyclical, minus 0.50. Consumer defensive, minus 0.26. Basic materials, minus 0.21. CNN's Fear and Greed Index sits at 61, greed territory. Story 1, 15,408,436, and the number that matters more is 1. One transaction. Douglas Valenti, listed as both director and chief executive officer of QuinStreet, moved 751,631 shares on August 7th. That works out to roughly $20.50 per share. Compare the structure to Materion, where chief executive Jugal Vijayvargiya sold $7,096,840 across 8 separate transactions. 8 transactions is a scheduled program. One transaction of 751,231 shares is a decision made on a specific day. That does not predict direction, but it tells you the person with the best information on the business chose certainty over further upside. And nowhere in today's insider data is there a single offsetting buy. Story 2, 64.69% in one session to $19.40. That is Quantum Corporation. Look at the news attached to the move, and the reason gets uncomfortable. A quantum computing second quarter earnings call about commercial scaling, a piece on quantum exchange-traded funds, and a Washington funding push, and a generic breakout stocks article. That is thematic flow and name association, not company financials. There were no reported earnings on today's calendar. 65% moves built on sector adjacency rather than a filing and to give back the majority of the move once the theme rotates. Story 3, 15.58 cents. CleanCore Solutions fell 55.36% to that price after announcing the pricing of a $100 million public offering at 9:28 in the morning, one day after proposing it at 4:10 the prior afternoon. A $100 million raise against a 15-cent share price is not financing, it is dilution at scale, and the market repriced it inside a session. Same tape, opposite direction. Planet Green Holdings rose 9.27% to $5.81 on a press release about entering the lactoferrin market and hiring a chief scientist. And PDS Biotechnology fell 64.87% to 25.68 cents on a strategic refocus toward its metastatic colorectal cancer program. Press releases moving stocks hundreds of percent in both directions is the signature of a speculative, thin float tape, not of index strength. Congress and insiders. Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon disclosed an exchange in Berry Global, $100,000 and $1 to $250,000. Transaction dated April 30th, 2025. Disclosed August 9th, 2026. That is a 15-month lag. Senator Tommy Tuberville of Alabama disclosed 4 trades from 2024 on August 5th, 2006. Cleveland Cliffs sales on May 10th and May 13th, an Intel sale on May 13th, and a Freddie Mac purchase on March 12th, all in the same bracket. On the corporate side, Every one of the 5 largest insider transactions was a sale. QuinStreet, Materion, Auna's chief operating officer at $3,751,000. Equinox Partners selling 1,976,791 of Grand Tierra, and Abercrombie's chief operating officer, Scott Lepesky, selling 10,000 shares for $1,050,000. Cluster buys, 0. Earnings. No United States reports on today's calendar, so the data did the work. Existing home sales printed 4.06 million versus 4.05 million expected, but down from 4.13 million, with the month-over-month figure at minus 1.7% against minus 0.7% expected. A beat on level, a miss on momentum. And American Petroleum Institute crude stocks built 9.072 million barrels against an expected draw of 500,000. Analysts also moved. Jefferies cut on holdings price target to $20 from $24 against a $30.38 share price, implying 34.2% downside. On deck, Korea Electric Power tomorrow, COPEC on the 13th. Tomorrow, 2 items. The OPEC monthly report at 10 a.m. Critical after that, 9.072 million barrel build, because energy led today on price, not inventory. And the Mortgage Bankers Association 30-year rate, previously 6.81%, the direct input into that negative 1.7% housing print. The theme today, index calm, insider selling, and a microcap tape running on press releases. Subscribe for daily market data.